In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. But in a world where emotions often surge like unpredictable tides, how do we steer the ship of our mind toward calm water? The answer lies in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Today, we'll delve into 7 powerful Stoic lessons that not only help you control your emotions, but also empower you to face life's challenges with unshakable fortitude. These teachings are more than just ancient philosophy. They are practical tools that can transform your inner world and, by extension, your entire life. As we embark on this journey, I invite you to pause and reflect on the strength you possess within, strength that the Stoics believed could be cultivated and mastered. If you find value in what we shared today, I encourage you to like this video and subscribe to our channel, Stoic Quotes 365. By doing so, you're not just enriching your own life, but also helping us spread the wisdom of Stoicism to others who are seeking the same peace and purpose. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment of insight. Now, let's unlock the secrets to mastering your emotions and living with true Stoic resilience. Lesson number 1. Mastering what is within your power. Imagine standing in the midst of a life storm, not the kind that brings wind and rain, but the kind filled with unexpected challenges, disappointments, or sudden changes that disrupt the very fabric of your day-to-day existence. It is in these moments when life feels like it's spinning out of control that the ancient wisdom of the Stoics becomes an anchor, a guiding force to help us regain our footing. One of the most profound teachings from Stoic philosophy is the dichotomy of control, a concept that offers clarity and resilience amidst life's unpredictability. Picture this. You're planning a once-in-a-lifetime vacation, a well-deserved break that you've been dreaming of for years. Every detail has been meticulously arranged, but on the day you're supposed to depart, your flight is suddenly canceled due to unforeseen weather conditions. Frustration and disappointment begin to well up inside you, but then a thought occurs. Is this within my control? The answer, of course, is no. You cannot control the weather, nor can you change the airline's policies. However, what you can control is your reaction. Instead of letting this unexpected event ruin your plans, you might choose to reschedule the trip, find joy in an impromptu adventure closer to home, or simply use the time to rest and recharge. This ability to pivot, to adapt with grace, is at the very heart of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who rose from slavery to become one of the most respected thinkers of his time, encapsulated this wisdom with the statement, "Some things are in our control, and others are not." While this insight may seem straightforward, its implications are deeply transformative. It challenges us to refocus our energy away from what we cannot change, and towards what we can, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses. In our everyday lives, we are constantly confronted with situations that test our resolve. Some of these situations are within our sphere of influence, our personal routines, the relationships we choose to cultivate, the way we treat others, and the goals we set for ourselves. But then there are those circumstances that are entirely outside our control. Global events, the actions and opinions of others, the inevitable passage of time, and yes, the whims of fate. The Stoics believed that our inner peace and well-being are not determined by these external circumstances, by how we choose to interpret and respond to them. It's not the events themselves that cause our suffering, but our judgments about them. For instance, recall a time when you faced a significant life challenge. Perhaps you were passed over for a promotion at work. At that moment, it might have felt like a devastating blow to your self-esteem and future prospect. But as time passed, perhaps you found that this setback led you to reassess your career goals, to develop new skills, or even to pursue a different, more fulfilling path. What initially seemed like a failure was, in fact, a redirection towards something better. So how can we apply this Stoic wisdom in our own lives? Start by asking yourself a simple yet powerful question. Whenever you are faced with a challenge, is this within my control? The answer is yes, then take proactive steps to address the situation. The answer is no, then it is an opportunity to practice acceptance, to let go of the need to control the uncontrollable, and to focus on what you can influence: attitude, your thoughts, and your actions. By internalizing this principle, we can free ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety. We learn to navigate life's uncertainties with a sense of calm and clarity, recognizing that while we cannot always dictate the direction of the winds, we have the power to adjust our sails. This is not merely about passive acceptance, but about cultivating a proactive mindset that seeks solutions and finds peace in the face of adversity. In a world that often feels overwhelming, the dichotomy of control is like a compass that points us toward inner strength and serenity. It reminds us to concentrate our efforts where they truly matter, on the things we can change, and to embrace the peace that comes from accepting the rest. Through this lens, every challenge becomes an opportunity to practice resilience, to grow stronger, and to live with greater intention and purpose. This Stoic insight offers us not just a way to survive life's storms, but to thrive within them, anchored by the wisdom that we hold the power over our own minds and responses. Lesson number 2. Reflect before reacting. In a world where the pace of life often demands instant reactions, practice of taking a moment to reflect can seem outdated. Yet, it's precisely this pause for thought that can serve as our anchor amidst the chaos of rapid-fire decisions and immediate responses. In the digital age where a quick reply or an immediate reaction is often expected, the wisdom of reflection stands as a timeless counterbalance, reminding us that not every response needs to be instantaneous, and that sometimes the greatest strength lies in restraint. Imagine the countless moments in our daily lives where decisions, both trivial and significant, present themselves. From the simple act of choosing a meal at a restaurant, to navigating more complex life choices like career moves or relationship dynamics, our responses shape the course of our lives. However, it's not merely the decisions themselves that carry weight, but the manner in which we approach them. Consider this. You receive a message that triggers an emotional response. Perhaps it's a colleague questioning your work ethic, or a friend making an offhand remark that stings. The immediate impulse might be to react defensively or with anger. But what if, instead of reacting, you paused? What if, instead of allowing yourself to be swept up in the heat of the moment, you took a step back? This pause isn't about suppressing emotions. Rather, it's about creating space for those emotions to be fully understood and processed. This practice of reflection allows us to engage actively with our emotions rather than letting them control us. It invites us to delve deeper, to ask ourselves important questions. Why did this particular comment affect me so profoundly? Are there underlying insecurities or past experiences that are fueling my current emotional state? Am I reacting to the situation at hand, or am I projecting unresolved feelings from the past onto the present? Reflection also nurtures empathy. By taking the time to pause, we afford ourselves the opportunity to consider the perspective of the other person involved. Perhaps that colleague was having a particularly difficult day, or that friend didn't realize the impact their words would have. By reflecting before reacting, we open the door to understanding, allowing us to respond with kindness and insight rather than with knee-jerk defensiveness. In our relationships, both personal and professional, this practice of reflection can be transformative. How many conflicts could be diffused, and how many relationships could be strengthened we simply took the time to think before we spoke. In professional settings, leaders who cultivate the habit of reflection before decision-making are often seen as wise and measured. Their choices, born from careful consideration, tend to be more enduring and impactful. In a society that often glorifies speed and efficiency, choosing to reflect before reacting is a powerful act of self-discipline. It's a statement that we value depth over haste, and that we are committed to understanding both ourselves and others at a deeper level. This reflective practice not only enhances our interactions, but also contributes to our personal growth, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and purpose. In essence, to reflect before reacting is to embrace a philosophy that values thoughtful engagement over impulsive reactions. It's about fostering meaningful connections, making decisions with wisdom, and living a life that is not merely reactive, but thoughtfully proactive. This practice, though simple in concept, holds the potential to reshape our lives, bringing us closer to a state of inner peace and outward harmony. Lesson number 3. Practice dispassion. In a world that often feels like an emotional roller coaster, the concept of practicing dispassion might initially seem at odds with how we're taught to experience life. However, when we explore its deeper meaning, we uncover a powerful tool for navigating the highs and lows of our daily existence. Dispassion is not about numbing ourselves to the world or suppressing our feelings. Rather, it's about cultivating a balanced perspective that allows us to remain centered no matter what life throws our way. Dispassion invites us to engage with life's events and emotions, not as passive spectators, but as active participants who maintain a sense of inner calm. Think about the last time you watched a gripping movie. Moments of tension, joy, or sadness pulled you into the story. Yet throughout the experience, a part of you remained aware that it was just a movie. You felt the emotions, but you didn't lose yourself in them. You observed, experienced, and remained anchored in your seat. This is the essence of dispassion, being fully present in life's drama while keeping a calm inner perspective. In our modern age, where we're constantly bombarded with information, practicing dispassion becomes essential. Every day we're hit with an avalanche of news, opinions, and updates. If we react passionately to everything that comes our way, we risk burning out, both mentally and emotionally. Dispassion offers a protective shield, allowing us to engage with the world in a thoughtful and balanced manner. It helps us sift through what truly matters, giving us the clarity to focus our energy on what is most important. Dispassion is also invaluable in our relationships. We've all experienced moments when a conversation turns into a heated debate or an argument. In such instances, practicing dispassion can be the difference between escalating a conflict and resolving it with understanding. When we approach disagreements with a calm and balanced mindset, we listen more intently, respond more thoughtfully, and create space for productive dialogue. Dispassion allows us to navigate interpersonal challenges with grace, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for deeper connection and mutual respect. Cultivating dispassion begins with self-awareness. By regularly checking in with ourselves, we can identify our emotional triggers and understand the patterns that drive our reactions. This awareness creates a crucial space between stimulus and response, a space where we can choose how we want to react. In this space, we find the freedom to act with intention rather than being swept away by impulse. Far from detaching us from life's joys and pleasures, dispassion enhances our ability to fully experience them. When we're not overly attached to specific outcomes, we can immerse ourselves in the present moment, savoring it for what it is without the anxiety of clinging to it. Dispassion frees us from the constant fear of loss or change, allowing us to enjoy life's pleasures more deeply and with greater contentment. Ultimately, practicing dispassion is about finding equilibrium in a world that is constantly changing. It serves as a compass, pointing us towards inner peace and guiding us through life's varied challenges with resilience and grace. By embracing this practice, we enrich not only our own lives, but also bring a sense of calm and clarity to those around us. Dispassion helps us navigate life's storms without losing our balance, making it a powerful tool for living a more fulfilled and harmonious life. Lesson number 4. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Life is a journey filled with countless moments that test our patience, resilience, and perspective. From the trivial frustrations like spilling your morning coffee to more significant challenges such as disagreements with loved ones or setbacks at work, our days are often marked by events that evoke strong emotions. In the heat of these moments, it's easy to become overwhelmed, feeling as though the world is crumbling around us. A missed deadline, a sharp comment from a colleague, or an unexpected change in plans can seem catastrophic in the moment. But there's a powerful tool we can use to regain perspective. A simple question. Will this matter in 5 years? This question is not just a rhetorical device. It's a mental exercise that serves as a time machine, propelling us into the future where we can look back at our current situation with a clearer mind. By asking ourselves this question, we are forced to step out of the immediacy of our emotions and consider the long-term significance of our current concerns. suddenly that argument, that mistake, or that missed opportunity is viewed from a distance, where its true impact can be more accurately assessed. Most of the things that consume our thoughts today will likely be forgotten or significantly diminished in importance as time goes on. Reflect for a moment on the challenges and worries you faced 5 years ago. How many of them still hold any weight in your life today? How many have been eclipsed by new experiences, lessons learned, and memories made? This realization is both humbling and liberating. It reminds us that time has a way of softening the edges of our problems and putting them into perspective. Using this question as a regular touchstone helps us prioritize our concerns and focus on what truly matters. It assists in distinguishing between transient setbacks and those with long-term implications. For instance, while a frustrating day at work might feel overwhelming now, in the grand scheme of your career, it's just one day among many. This perspective not only reduces anxiety, but also fosters resilience. When we remind ourselves of the bigger picture, we can approach challenges with a problem-solving mindset rather than becoming bogged down by the emotions of the moment. We begin to see that most problems are temporary and that with time, we often find clarity and solutions that weren't immediately apparent. But this question isn't just about minimizing our current concerns. It's also about guiding us towards what truly deserves our energy and attention. If we want our actions and decisions to have lasting significance, we need to focus on relationships, personal growth, and experiences that will still matter years from now. It encourages us to invest in things that contribute to our long-term well-being and happiness, rather than getting lost in the noise of the moment. In a world that often prioritizes the immediate, where we are constantly urged to react and respond without pause, asking, "Will this matter in 5 years?" is like a beacon that guides us towards a life of deeper purpose, perspective, and peace. By regularly revisiting this question, we can navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with greater grace, ensuring that our time and energy are devoted to what truly counts. It's a practice that not only brings clarity, but also enriches our lives with a sense of calm and direction. Lesson number 5. Keep a Stoic journal. Journaling has long been revered across different cultures and eras, not just as a mere record of daily events, but as a profound tool for self-reflection, personal growth, and clarity of thought. The Stoics, with their unwavering focus on self-awareness and continuous personal improvement, deeply understood the power of this practice. A Stoic journal transcends the traditional concept of a diary. It becomes a sacred space for introspection, a place where we engage in a dialogue with ourselves, where we dissect our emotions, decisions, and reactions in the light of our core values and beliefs. Imagine ending each day by not merely recounting the events that transpired, but by reflecting on your responses to those events. Why did a certain remark irritate you? What was the source of that unexpected joy during an otherwise ordinary moment? By critically examining our daily experiences, we begin to uncover the patterns within our psyche. We start to recognize the triggers that influence our moods, principles that steer our decisions, and the habits that shape our lives. Take inspiration from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers. He maintained a journal, which we now know as meditations. It was not intended for others to read. Rather, it was a personal dialogue, a tool he used to remind himself of Stoic principle and to navigate the complexities of his life with wisdom and composure. Through his writings, we witness a man who grappled with his duties, his emotions, and his place in the universe. Yet the practice of keeping a Stoic journal is not reserved for emperors or philosophers. In our contemporary lives, which are often overwhelmed by distractions and an incessant flow of information, setting aside time for daily introspection becomes all the more essential. A Stoic journal serves as a daily check-in, a grounding ritual, brings clarity amidst the chaos of modern life. Over time, this practice can lead to profound personal insight. You may begin to notice recurring situations that cause you stress, prompting you to either confront these issues or shift your perspective on them. You might discover that certain practices, such as expressing gratitude, practicing mindfulness, consistently elevate your mood and overall outlook on life. The patterns that emerge from your reflections can act as a guide for your personal development, showing you where adjustments can lead to a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Beyond the insights gained, a Stoic journal fosters a sense of accountability. By committing to daily reflection, we hold ourselves responsible for our reactions and decisions. It becomes increasingly difficult to overlook repeated mistakes or to excuse lapses in judgment. Instead, we are encouraged to learn from these experiences, to adapt, and to continue growing. In essence, keeping a Stoic journal is akin to having a wise, non-judgmental companion always by your side, ready to listen, reflect, and to offer guidance. It's a powerful commitment to personal growth, to a deeper understanding of oneself, and to living a life that is in alignment with one's values and principles. Through this practice, we become more attuned to the subtleties of our inner world, better equipped to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Lesson number 6. See obstacles as opportunities. The world is full of challenges. From personal setbacks to global upheavals, obstacles are an unavoidable aspect of the human experience. But what if we could shift our perspective and view these challenges not as burdens, but as opportunities in disguise? The Stoics, with their profound understanding of life's trials, embraced a powerful mindset. While we cannot always control the events that come our way, we have the power to control our interpretation and response to them. This fundamental shift in perspective transforms challenges from mere hindrances into invaluable lessons and opportunities for growth. One of the most striking Stoic teachings comes from Marcus Aurelius, who famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way comes the way." This quote captures the essence of how obstacles can become catalysts for progress. Rather than seeing challenges as roadblocks, the Stoic philosophy encourages us to view them as stepping stones, each one guiding us to greater understanding and strength. Imagine a river flowing steadily toward its destination when suddenly a massive boulder obstructs its path. Does the river stop? No. Instead, it finds a way around the boulder, either by slowly eroding it over time or by carving a new course. The obstacle, which initially seemed like a barrier, ultimately shapes the river's journey, leading it in a new and perhaps more enriching direction. Similarly, in our own lives, challenges can serve as agents of change, pushing us toward paths we might never have considered. For instance, consider a person who loses their job. At first, the loss feels devastating, as though the ground has been pulled out from beneath them. But with time and reflection, this setback could open doors to new opportunities. Perhaps a chance to pursue a different career, to learn new skills, or even to start a business that aligns more closely with their passions. What seemed like a misfortune may turn out to be a pivotal moment of transformation. Same principle applies to relationships. A painful breakup, while heart-wrenching in the moment, might lead to profound personal growth and self-discovery. It can pave the way for deeper, more meaningful connections in the future, built on the lessons learned from past experience. These experiences shape us, molding us into more resilient, compassionate individuals. Embracing the Stoic perspective also cultivates resilience. When we begin to view challenges as opportunities for growth, we become more adaptable, more courageous in the face of adversity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we start asking, "What can I learn from this? How can this experience help me grow?" This shift in mindset empowers us to approach life with a sense of purpose and determination, rather than fear and resignation. However, it's important to note that this perspective does not mean we should actively seek out challenges or minimize the real pain that hardships can bring. Rather, it's about recognizing that within every challenge lies potential, a seed of opportunity waiting to be nurtured. By approaching life's obstacles with a positive mindset, patience, and perseverance, we can transform them into powerful stepping stones that lead us toward growth, wisdom, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. In essence, the Stoic practice of viewing obstacles as opportunities is not just about overcoming difficulty. It's about embracing them as integral parts of our journey. Through this lens, life's challenges become less daunting and more enriching, offering us the chance to become the best versions of ourselves. Lesson number 7. Cultivate gratitude. In the intricate fabric of our emotions, gratitude shines as a golden thread, weaving moments of joy, contentment, and clarity into the tapestry of our lives. While it's an emotion that often arises naturally, the Stoics champion the deliberate practice of gratitude, encouraging us to make it a daily ritual. This practice serves as a powerful anchor, rooting us in the present and allowing us to truly appreciate the blessings that surround us. Gratitude extends far beyond the simple act of saying thank you. It's a profound acknowledgement of countless forces, moments, and people contribute to the richness of our lives. It's about seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary, recognizing the lessons in our challenges, and understanding the fleeting nature of every experience, which makes each one all the more valuable. Seneca, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, captured this essence when he said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This philosophy of being deeply rooted in the present, cherishing every moment and every interaction, lies at the heart of practicing gratitude. Think about the simple pleasures that often go unnoticed: the warmth of the sun breaking through on a chilly morning, the infectious sound of laughter, comfort of a shared meal with loved ones, or the very breath that sustains us. By taking the time to acknowledge and appreciate these moments, we magnify their significance and beauty in our lives, transforming the mundane into the miraculous. Moreover, gratitude serves as a powerful antidote to the common human tendency to dwell on what we lack, fixate on unmet desires, or to worry about an uncertain future. By intentionally shifting our focus to what we already have, we cultivate a sense of contentment that reduces feelings of envy or resentment and enhances our overall sense of well-being. You might wonder, how can one begin to cultivate this habit of gratitude? It can start with something as simple as listing 3 things you're grateful for each morning or before going to bed at night. Over time, this practice can gradually transform your outlook, making you more attuned to life's blessings and more resilient in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Gratitude also has the power to strengthen our relationships. By expressing appreciation for the kindness, support, and love we receive from others, we nurture our bonds with them, foster mutual respect, and create a positive cycle of goodwill and affection. This simple act of acknowledgement can profoundly impact both the giver and the receiver, deepening connections and enhancing the quality of our interactions. In a world that often pushes us to seek more possessions, more achievements, more status, gratitude is a gentle reminder of the abundance that already exists within and around us. It calls us to celebrate the present, to embrace life with an open heart, and to walk through our days with a deep sense of thankfulness. By cultivating gratitude, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to a more compassionate and connected world. As we draw to a close on this journey through these 7 powerful Stoic lessons, it's clear that the wisdom of the ancient Stoics holds profound relevance for our modern life. Each lesson, from understanding what's within our control to cultivating gratitude, serves as a guidepost, helping us navigate life's complexities with grace, resilience, and purpose. By integrating these principles into our daily routines, we not only build mental toughness, also create a life imbued with deeper meaning and tranquility. Remember, the path of Stoicism is not just about enduring life's challenges, but about transforming them into opportunities for growth and self-mastery. As you continue on your journey, take these lessons to heart and practice them with intention. If you found value in this video, I encourage you to join our Stoic Quotes 365 community by liking the video, leaving a comment, and subscribing to the channel. Your engagement helps us continue spreading these timeless teachings. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. How have these Stoic principles impacted your life? And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the wisdom of Stoicism. Thank you for watching, and let's continue walking this path together, step by step, towards a more fulfilled and centered life.